Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Frida podcast. Um, on this podcast, we talked about a lot of things. We've gone from being honest with yourself, the fear of being seen, to the tension between individuality and community, coming to society as your own person. We talked about shame. Um, we've gone to so many places in this cast, and it's just been such a journey. Um, Actually, this is going to mark the sixth, seventh month of this podcast being online and this podcast reaching people and just like doing something, I guess, whatever it is that it's doing. But it's been 6 months, and this is the longest thing I have ever committed to, and it is just really like it's just something to hold for me, is what I would say. Um, Something to be proud of. So I guess to commemorate, to celebrate, I guess this podcast reaching this milestone, um, I'd like to kind of share your reward for being on this podcast for so long. Me sharing more of my own fucking shit, but like it's like I want to like pull you guys or take you guys through the journey that it took to get to this point to become or be this person that I am now. Um, so after I graduated from uni, um, that's like what's almost 2 years ago now, I guess. I was a little lost for a while. Coming back home, I I think like I only spent like 5 weeks after finishing up my project and shit at school. So I spent 5 weeks at home and then I left, traveled for a while. Then I came back and had all these new big dreams for myself. I stayed with a cousin of mine who was doing really well for himself, and I just wanted to touch that. I just wanted to be that. But this was like the first time in my life I had some sort of idea of what my ideal life would look like or what I would actually like for myself in the future. So I came back, had this energy burning inside me and this desire to be ambitious and to work hard. I said I was a little lost, so I'll still get to that. It sounds like everything sounds really great right now. And when I came back, I put all my energy into studying. I put all my energy into like um, learning, and yeah, I think I enrolled for classes. Like I was just really, I had so much energy. I was busting. That was when I started liking going to Millennium Park. For shout out to those who know me. So yeah, like there was just so much and I was doing a lot at home. I was the kind of like the only one at home, so I was one taking care of my parents. I was just like really doing a lot at that time, and eventually, like I started to burn out. The thing I was learning, I realized wasn't necessarily like something. Uh, like if I would take away the fact that I needed to make money, I realized I didn't really give a shit about what I was up to. I would want to pursue other things or just like just be chilling, man. Like I felt like at that point I started to feel like, and this is let's say 2 months after I came back. I started to feel like, bro, like everyone I know is chilling. Like everyone I know that just graduated is like just trying to think about what they want to do with their lives. Everybody's like just in this resting phase, and I graduated like what a couple months ago, and I just have like so much shit going on, and it's like, is that like I should probably catch a break, right? So I started to tell myself that I was decided to slack in um all of the stuff I was learning. I started to go to work for my dad, so yeah, that was fun. And I mean that in the most sarcastic way possible. So Um, like I just I don't everything just started to suffer, right? Anything I felt like would be productive for my future started to suffer. And then like I was, because of that suffering, in the sense of I was the one who wasn't really like, who didn't want to give anything, like who just wanted to not do anything. And then at the same time I was feeling really guilty about not um about not doing those shit. So like it was like in a cycle. I'll say fuck this shit, then I won't do that shit, and then I'll feel bad for not doing that shit. So it was just like going around and around and around. The cycle was just like going in a loop in my head. I was in and out of like, I would say like just things I shouldn't have been in, people I shouldn't have entertained, like, or people I should have waited to get to know. I just wanted to feel something other than, I would say nothing then, but I think maybe anything other than this feeling of like not producing anything, not doing anything, not being meaningful. I just wasn't seeing anything in any future anywhere, and I was just using people to get me out of that bubble. People are, yeah, I honestly don't know. I honestly like I should have actually taken the time to get to know and just known that like they were not for me. And the cycle just continued and continued and continued. And I guess I would make one bad decision or choose badly over and over again until I started to kind of like move on autopilot. Like I didn't want to process anything, I guess subconsciously. So I wasn't really feeling anything. I was just there. There's no other way to put it. There was just nothing inside me. Everything I could write about was just about having nothing, feeling nothing, being nothing. Um, or anything, just nothing, and sad, because yeah, I definitely felt sad for sure. So yeah, that like, yeah, and then like just one day, um, and this is sensitive for those of you who hear for those of you to be very sensitive for, but it all boiled down to one point where I actually tried to kick the bucket, so to speak. Um, I tried to kill myself. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, like, on, I don't know, just like a censorship or something like that. But yeah, I did have that like thought, and I did act on it. But then like I can't really tell anybody. Every time I've actually spoken about this, because I haven't really spoken about it. To be fair, I never. It's always hard for me to say out loud. Um, I just, there was nothing amazing or anything like crazy that happened that day. Like I wasn't like, there was nothing mind blowing happened that would have shocked me into such a reaction or would have propelled me forward in such a way. I just wanted to go, and like I was just going to fucking do it. And I tried so fucking hard. It was the first time in my life like I realized how much my body could betray me, in the sense of like, you really think you have control over your body, but you don't, because what your body needs. And it was just a war with myself, me trying to like take my life, my body fighting against me, struggling to survive. And I think in that moment, I really do think in that moment that that fighting, like that struggling, I was so angry, and so like I wanted to be so angry. Like I could feel the anger bubbling up in my skin. But then like I was just so tired. I didn't know how to express myself. But then there was something inside me that was just determined to not see that happen. Just determined to not have that be a thing. And then after what I realized that, bro, you can't do this shit yourself, man. You probably need somebody to help you. And I was just like, rah, what a stupid fucking life. And I just like, I think like in that moment, right, I didn't really process that until a couple days later. I just kept moving. Next day I went to work, did my shit, and nothing crazy happened. And then it just dawned on me as I tried to kill myself. That's like I was dedicated to that endeavor. I started to panic. Like I was genuinely afraid of myself. Like I I didn't know what to do. Like it had always just been a thought, right? But then I never really knew that I had the capacity to act on that thought. So I was afraid of myself. I wanted to ask my parents for help. I wanted them to. I was really like, for me to contemplate, and anybody who knows me would know that for me to contemplate asking my parents for help in the sense of like sharing that sort of information with them, something was up, something was very wrong. It was the first time I really realized that I needed help. Um, yeah, I didn't really tell. I didn't really share. I think I shared it with one person who I thought would understand, but I just couldn't really describe the fear that's kind of like just built inside of me. I was afraid of myself, like anything that would trigger me. I'd like it was not the first time I had like I got triggered with like a survival instinct because up until that point I was very laissez-faire with my life. And not necessarily in like the whole, oh, I'm going to step in front of a movie or I'm going to like jump down from this place type of way. It was just in like little decisions. I would know that this will not be good for me. This will not be good for my body. But I'll be like, I mean, like, who cares? Like, I had made so many sort of decisions that were like that, that I knew that, like, my mind was definitely there. But it was just so jarring to realize that, like, I was capable, and then it started making me watch myself. So it's like I became protective of myself, sort of. There was this other side of me that just got up and decided to care about myself. If I was watching, I decided to notice that maybe watching some sort of shows would be triggers for me, or um, just like allow myself to fall too deeply into it. Thought it was in that moment I started to learn to let things go, because I realized that I was piling lots of shit up and not processing them and not doing anything, just having them sit on me. Like they were still there, so they would overwhelm me, and yeah, I wouldn't be able to function after a while of having like all of that shit on me. So I started to learn how to let some things go. Like I would look at an emotion, just feel it for what it was, and just let it go. I'm like, are you going to do something about this, or are you going to just like let it go? And if I wanted to do something about it, I would. If I didn't want to, I'll just try to let it go, just so that I wouldn't hold anything enough to make me feel like that. Feel get to that point. There's always like I could always picture myself, and then everything I'm doing is just to try not to get to that headspace. So yeah, after that, I was just kind of like moving through life very cautiously. I was trying to find something to tie me down here. I think I realized after that would have been a really big betrayal, because you think that like, oh, you want to leave something behind, or you want to let people know some shit, you want to keep people, um you want to at least give people a reason why. But then I just, yeah, I realized how I kind of like betrayed everybody that's ever cared about me somehow, with the fact that like I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't really going to leave anything behind. So that also made me guilty, sort of. And yeah, I was just basically in survival mode at that time. Just trying to find little things to make me happy and develop some sort of coping mechanisms. Um, try my best to always balance it out, so not let it like fall out. But yeah, definitely developed, caught up with some, just had some coping mechanisms. Um, stop, try to shut myself out, try to be more selective of where I put my energy into. But I was still lost, like I will say is I was still lost. I like, this is why I always say nobody tells you how hard it is to make that decision to change or want to be a better person. Like it wasn't easy. I was always battling with myself. I was just trying to find out why I always felt this way. Like why was this always some, like, am I the problem? Am I the cause? I was literally always looking at myself in the mirror and trying to see myself, trying to, because then I realized that like I never really used to look like, things were always just blurry to me, and this could also be because I'm I'm not excited and I can't see. I'm starting not to see for shit, but I think like I just never really wanted to look at things too closely, and then all I did after that was just to stare at myself and be like, "What's up? Like, what's up with you, man? Like, what's your? Are you the problem? Are you the one that keeps bringing yourself back here? Like, what is the meaning of this?" Mm. And some days, like that other version of me would win. Like some days, like I'd feel that need again. I'd fall into that hole again. But it's never enough that it was that serious. I never so far enough that I couldn't bring myself back by myself. And then yeah, I guess for the it was towards the end of the year. So beginning of the next year, actually the fuck like me not wanting to take myself back there made me more confrontational. So it was interesting to me to realize that like I let a lot of things go, but still I would say that I let things go. I would say that I was easy breezy, but I really wasn't. Like a lot of things would get to me and I would just like dump them somewhere and then they'd fester and become that thing. So whenever I felt hurt or like I felt something that was going to attack myself or make me feel bad or something like that, I would react like very harshly and very like I was very harsh, very proactive in destroying anything that would like diminish myself. So that cost me. In looking back, that particular situation, I will never say that I was wrong, but like I think like I had just done that so much, suppressed it so much that like the one time when I was so firm in my like I don't fuck with this shit, like you shouldn't have done this to me type shit. Like the fallout was just something I couldn't really like. It was something that shocked me, I guess. It shocked me, and that made me like I guess backslide a little bit. I'd walk into situations again that I knew nothing would come out of, or for the sake of just like but I'll tell myself, hey, I'm going at this thing differently. But then like at the back of my mind, I always knew that like it was all for shit. So why try? Like why be here just to end up in shit again? So I definitely saw myself like go back to situations and even fall into new situations that on the surface would look better than other stuff I'd been in, but like will still have the same logic kind of behind it. So like it got to a point I think where it blew up in my face. Like the shit really just started to blow up in my face like again and again and again. And I was like, I have nothing left to give now. I have nothing left to give now. If I keep up moving like this, like I'm going to be back there again. And it is very apparent to me that I don't want to die anymore. So I better wake the fuck up. Like I better like just like like if life is going to be shit, like if it's going to be ass, then I better just it better to be asked somewhere else. Like it's not going to be the same shit that is going to keep happening to me. Like if I'm going to try and like just get shit done and maybe just like find something I like and just be interested in it and pursue it or be more honest with myself about relationships. Like even if it means cutting them off early, even if it means being lonely, like I'm still going to be shit with you, so I might as well just be shit with myself. I'm still going to be shit with that situation or doing this other thing, so I might as well just be shit like trying something new. Let me feel the shit of failure, like, or let me just like let me try something. Let me feel at it. Let me feel bad. Let me try something else. We never really know. So yeah, when that really clicked for me was actually the time I was like, you know what, let's fucking do the podcast. Like I remember my friend, I don't know, we are sitting down in the office, Tessa and I, and she was talking about, I don't know, we're just talking about futures and stuff we could do, and she's like, oh, I can't remember this conversation. I'm sure I'll ask her to remind me, but we just somehow settled on the fact that like, hey, if you're ready to talk, like I'm ready to manage your podcast and like we can actually fucking like do this shit. And I feel like at that time, fresh off of like, because it wasn't okay, it wasn't instantly, anyways. Like after like everything blew up in my face, I think like for a month, I was practicing like once I decided. Wait, hold on. Once I decided that I didn't want to, keep working doing this other shit, I wanted to try some new shit. So like for let's say for a month or so, I started to respond the way like I felt like respond how I honestly felt. I want to say like started to be the person I wanted to be, but then like I don't know. I've always like been that person, right? I've always just like denied myself. Like if I had to say no in a situation, I would just keep putting other people above myself. I wouldn't make myself be in situations I didn't want to be in or do shit I didn't want to do. I was like, bro, like if I feel like saying no, I'm going to say no. This doesn't feel right for me. Like let me just like say that, and just making those choices continuously started making me feel good. Like it was like I was validating myself. And it's like every time I said no to something that wasn't good for me, I was like, oh, okay, this was nice. So I started to acquire that. So and after from saying no to things, I wanted to start saying yes to things. I wanted to start saying, okay, you know what, this is something I like. Like let me fucking like pursue that. And I've been talking about podcasts for a while with my friends. Always wanted it to be like a thing. But then I started to listen to Mark Manson, the Soft podcast. You all know this about yeah, you all know this Bible, like, and I was like, fuck, like I love fucking love psychology. Like psychology is the fucking like tea. You know, it's like I love it so much. I love hearing these people talk about it. I have my own perspectives on it. Like, why not just like talk my shit? Why not just like even like document this up and down process that I'm so obsessed with? Like this person I want to be. Why not just like document it for me and like also for other people? Because I love to share. Like I'm such a sharer. I'm sharing right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, like a lot of it was also me trying to find something to ground me, trying to find something to keep me here. It's funny, like in some ways the podcast is like keeping me, well, I don't want to say it's keeping me here. I would say it's like tethering me because like I can't believe that every 2 weeks I post and like I say some shit. I'm not even sure of like the shit, like I'm still fucking 23, you know, like I'm a fucking baby. Like what do I fucking know? But like I resonate with like people from like different places in life, and it's like okay, like I guess we all need a little validation. We all need a little yes, you're right, or yes, you're doing okay, and like that. This is what this is for me. And yeah, I just thought as I said, okay, fuck it. Like I'm trying to save money to start a business. Like why not just start it? Like let me just try something new. Let me just apply myself, and I just kept on applying myself and applying myself and applying myself, kept putting my best foot forward. And it wasn't just about the podcast, it was also with people. I think I became like friendlier, like bubblier, more open to other people, to like, to, yeah, it was, I really can't explain it, but like, I just became a different person. uh I don't know if that's contradictory. I won't I, like I just or I became the person I always wanted to be, or the person, or I am becoming, or working towards, let me say, because it's always a current process, right? I'm working towards the person I want to be. But that process of being that person, of becoming that person, of like choosing for that person is nice. Like it feels great. It feels great to like, you know, be really like honest and open with people about how I feel. It feels great, I guess. Like, well, it doesn't feel great when you're processing bad feedback or getting rejected or like, you know, not feeling good or having to express that you're not feeling good and stuff. But like, when all that is done, like, it feels nice to know that like you did what you genuinely wanted to do. You were who you genuinely wanted to be, and like you're just like reinforcing yourself, sort of. I don't know. That was how it was for me. Again, like part of it was the running away from number two to die. Like part of it is like I think like my whole life from now on is like just me trying to get away from that place, like from that person. And it's okay. I think like I've made my peace with it. My entire life is also me like coming to terms with the fact that that part of me still will always exist. Literally, like for the past few days I have being in that war, and it's also mind you being becoming more self-aware, becoming like more aware of all the things that puts me or would put me in those positions or make me feel that way, right? Also makes me like know that they're still there, they don't go away. But just like I'm watching myself like battle, or just like being the one battling that's like a version of myself, or that thing inside of myself that just likes to go away and just gets overwhelmed and just doesn't know how to properly process emotion well enough that it is just like a conduit as opposed to just being clogged in different places. I don't know. I don't know if I explained that properly. Yeah, so like my life is also wrestling with myself. And I don't know, like when I wrote Slumber and Awakening, which is the book I published, well, self-published on my birthday, right? Well, I published on first catching. But yeah, um I like felt like I had reached the climax. Like I felt like I had reached the peak of my existence. But then at the same time I was so dissatisfied. I was reading something today. I was like, what is the disappointment of having what you want? I've been wanting to be this person that stands on her business. I think I have become this person that is always trying to stand on business at the very least. And it's like and it's like, well, this can be the end. Like this is not the end. Like why does it feel like I'm stuck all over again? Which is currently where we are right now. But to take us off back to the beginning, because like right to the fucking story, it's like that's why I'm celebrating or sharing this on like this milestone, because I am the person I want to be. I am the person that I am, right? But that person still has like things to learn, like another person to grow into. It's been hard being aware of that. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like being weird knowing that there could be more and there's more to attain, but then like always trying to be like at that level of attainment at every single time, every single moment. And just like I ask myself, like, how do I get there? Like if like everything I'm doing right now, I don't know how to explain that. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Because then again, I'm thinking that like every experience I have, like every good thing and bad thing that happens to me, like I learn from, like it's just something that keeps happening. I keep learning. And yes, I'm all over the fucking place, because like as I'm speaking to you, like I'm just thinking about all the things that have made me feel like sad, even whilst being happy and being like this person I want to be. And I'm just like in my brain thinking about how much like every single thing that has happened to me, I have like taking like the good from, regardless of anything, just learns from, just always optimizing or trying to be better, like always optimizing for the best version of myself, always trying to like learn things quickly so that like I don't make that same mistake no matter how small it is twice. And I was thinking that like saying all of this would be sad, but like I just kind of feel empowered. I think for having gone through all of that, and even now being in this shit space, because I won't lie to you all, as I'm sitting out here on my fucking chair, on my fucking balcony, like I feel so like I was so down when I got in here. I was so solemn. I thought like I would be sober. I was going to tell you all that I am celebrating and also like mourning as well. But no, I'm actually like there's those two things can coexist. And as I'm sitting here, I'm just really like grateful to be doing this. That like I could actually even just sit down and just talk about this so openly without censoring, without intellectualizing. I'm taking you guys for a ride. Yeah, I know. Hey, maybe I want to. Maybe this episode is more for me than it is for you, or maybe I just needed like to have a conversation with a friendly stranger. But it's all good. Um, to give you all an update, like life is tough still. Like I'm still an emotional wreck. I still don't have any control over my emotions and how big and small they go, how temperamental they are. Um, but every fucking 2 weeks, like there's a podcast going on. There's a podcast episode out every fucking day, or at least every other day. Just like something I can say I've done that contributes to myself, my future, my person. Every time I talk to a friend, every time I relate with a friend, every time, um, like I'm the person I want to be for them. Like it feels good. Like life, I guess like life isn't always great, but life's good anyways. And all this to just like let you all know that sometimes life is shit, and sometimes you want to go away for the people that want to go away. But like I guess it's a cliche thing when they say like you never really know what you're missing out on, or you never really like if you died like or if you left behind like you really don't know what you could have touched or what you could have seen or like that like, you really like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's hard like it's a fucking misery to it is suffering to like get out of that bad spot, to stop old habits, to be a different person, or to even just like honestly be yourself, like to change. Like it's fucking shit. Like it's like walking through hellfire. But like when you get out, yeah, and even getting out is not like it's an everyday process. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, tell you I've gone out, man. Like shit, 2 days ago I wanted to fucking jump, but like when you the process of getting out, the process of choosing yourself every day that you make a choice, no matter how hard it is to be like, yeah, I'm going to show up as me, or hey, like I'm not going to do this thing because it's not good for me. And you know what, for all the things I value, like it's not even like me standing on anything that I fucking value. I think like I don't know, every day you do it, it gets a little easier, gets a little bit more sustainable, you know. And you can just like share that with other people around you. Like you just share all of that energy with other people around you. I'm supposed to do a Frida said word section, but I'm copying out, and that is my Frida said word section because I don't even know what you will take from this. But I survived, sure. And if I can, literally, if I fucking can, like, I don't know, maybe somebody else can survive too. Maybe there's someone listening to this will help somebody. I feel like I overshared. I ran away. I came back to my points and type shit. Like, this episode is definitely true to catchy. But anyways, happy anniversary to the Frida Says World podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for I don't know entertaining me. Like actually like hearing what I'm saying. Love you all. And hopefully for the rest of like hopefully we keep this going forever. Like hopefully like this becomes its own machine. So yeah. See you guys on the fucking next one, huh?